of course, gentlemen, that's now, it's a related matter in Parliament. The process to censure the 4 commissioners who are accused of awarding themselves 1.7 billion Ugandan shillings is gaining traction. And so far, we have been told more than 150 members have already appended their signatures on that list that will, of course, accompany the motion on the floor of Parliament. And yes, this list also includes ministers in government, which shows that certainly some people in government are not happy about the affairs going around Parliament. I want to hear from you first, because Richard had made a quick comment on it. Doctor, can we hope that this censure motion will actually bear fruits, or it's another political tool, I mean, moving to exploit the gullible of this world?
Well, I'm not going to interpret every action taken in Parliament as aimed at, gullibility of Ugandans, because the fact is, this is being done within the rules of procedure of Parliament. And when I saw Mabirizi withdrawing the case about the same, I think for me that was a positive move, because I had seen the Honorable Asumani Basalirwa,
yes,
who was trying to go to Parliament, to court, to cling on that case, to say that this motion is committing the sub judice rule, because the same matter is in court. So withdrawing it by Mabirizi gives these people an opportunity to move on without interference. Now, the only disturbance that I saw was, if you see a person called honorable, and I think the Americans are right when they call someone senator so-and-so, secretary so-and-so, congressman so-and-so. This business of calling every person honorable, I think, is a mistake. If you go and you read a headline, a list of signatures, members of Parliament supporting the motion and so forth, then you sign. You write your name in your own handwriting, and then you sign against your name. Then the next day you turn and say, I didn't know, I thought it was an attendance list.
I was hoodwinked.
You don't deserve to be called a honorable even to come. But good enough, the framers of the rules of procedure, I think, foresaw that to deter people from withdrawing signatures either on bribery or harassment. So according to the rules of procedure, you cannot withdraw that signature. It still counts. So the Honorable Nanyondo should know it counts. Then, for me, why this is more important, regardless of the outcome, is that it gives Parliament an opportunity to discuss matters of accountability, instead of sweeping them under the carpet and dismissing everything. If nothing wrong has been done, if nothing wrong was committed, let there be an opportunity for these people to discuss, defend themselves, and then they clear their name. Because now everywhere they are going, they are being called thieves. You saw during the Kabaka's run, people are singing, Puane Yalia, Puga Yalia, there is a way it reduces you, that like you can't fit in public functions. And that's where Ugandans are now heading. They have now stopped calling people corrupt. They are calling them thieves. So it gives MPs an opportunity to discuss. It gives Parliament an opportunity to discuss these matters and exonerate itself. And probably it can help restore the image of the Parliament of Uganda. On those grounds, regardless of the outcome, I support the motion.
Can you make a comment on the enthusiasm that we have witnessed in this whole thing, even when there is pressure from everywhere? You've heard of the petitioners saying that actually some of the members have been, coerced not to sign the list, Others have, yesterday, Honorable Sechikubo talked about the whole committee of budget, that it was funded to go to Dar es Salaam and they stay there until possibly this process of signatures is exhausted. So there is a lot of pressure, but you can see that many more MPs are signing, are showing support for this particular move.
Yeah, but 2 weeks back, when this thing was unfolding, we predicted here, if you play back, we predicted, and as we said, definitely there is going to be tension. Because if you are targeting the commissioners, most likely the chairperson of the commission, who is the speaker, may be affected.
By extension.
By extension, because if you are targeting them for sitting in a meeting and sharing 1.7 billion, and the person who chaired was the speaker, then at the end of the day, you see that indirectly it's targeting the speaker. So I knew that it was not going to go on without a fight. Definitely a fight was going to take place. But also, I cannot rule out there are people who were victimized in this parliament. I'll take the case of the Honorable Namuganza. She's a bitter person. You know, when a parliament sits and gives a vote of no confidence, and the humiliation that she went through, probably if I look at such a person, it may be, maybe the intention may not be fighting corruption, but it may be fighting back, because some of the commissioners who supported vigorously are still in the same positions. So I look at them, you know, according to individual per individual.
All right, Felix, looking at the different interests in this matter and the process, what can we expect from this move to censure the process as it is moving?
My answer is expect nothing.
Really?
Expect nothing coming out from this censure motion. I am not even sure that they have got 100 signatures. Have you seen those signatures yourself, Apollo?
No, they said they would publish the signatures yesterday.
You're a journalist.
Yesterday I was there. They told us they will publish it on Monday.
Why are they pushing, keep on pushing? They should have made us know that this honorable so and so and so and so has appended this or our own signature. Now we're in number 52. The last person to append his own signature was Honorable Bagoma Richard. So that we are updated. After a few weeks, we have seen drama unfolding. No, I thought it was attendant list in the leader of opposition in the boardroom. So I was doing a honorable member of parliament.
You call it drama?
It's a drama. I started unfolding the censor list. Now, the motion, in my view, suffers from their lack of focus and particularities. It is dead on arrival.
How?
It will not see the light
How?
of order paper. Why do I say so? One, the Honorable Thediu Sekekubu is not new to controversy within Parliament and outside Parliament. The Honorable Sekekubu,
He's one among 5.
if he's very serious on this, first go back and look into the, I don't remember the sitting. They said a sitting that was chaired by the speaker, and they passed. Okay? They passed that service award. Okay? Now, the award is not illegal. They have got what they are entitled to get.
By law.
By law. So you cannot come and censor me for the money I've got, and you are the same people who has approved that indeed you give Baguma Richard this amount of money. It's okay, he has tried his best. The parliament the other time said if John Mwanga is going home, the Auditor General should be given 500 million. The same parliament would be the same parliament said, no, John Mwanga would have not deserved the 500 million. That's a mind game change playing.
But you see, even that claim that it was passed by the whole House is also being contended. I mean, a matter of contention,
Then
under contention
the Honorable-
by the same MPs
the Honorable
who sat in that parliament.
And Honorable
that there are many
Sekikubo.
forgeries and fabrications being made to defend the service award.
And Honorable Sekikubo would have started from there. Okay? We have the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda. There shall be office of the President. There shall be the Vice President, and so on and so forth. If the framers had put something very bad in that, there is a room for an amendment. So the first step was to investigate deeper.
Honorable Sekikubo
How
says
did we come
he says
to approve
he
this?
says he has evidence and he will adduce this evidence when time comes. You just sign, let the motion be tabled, and he will table the evidence that the awards were issued illegally.
You know, I'm a lawyer, so I don't want to discuss the things which has got no basis and no merit. If there is evidence, you produce before court
Not now. He
and
says
say
he will
that I
adduce
have
it
evidence.
when the process starts.
Then he's making a mistake, a common mistake. Because if I'm a member of parliament and I'm not persuaded that this thing is right, the reason why I am pursuing you that you should sign this, it is because of this, this, and this, and that. Those evidence should have been adduced so that it can convince other members who are still hesitant to sign the motion.
Perhaps that's why many more are signing.
Eh? You are saying many more are signing. It seems you believe that the number is 100. But I've asked you, don't know.
No.
Now.
Sekikubo told us it was at the beginning
He's
of
a politician. I don't believe what
That-
the politician says.
they already have 150.
He would have given it to you.
Even you, a politician,
Okay.
we shall not believe what
So
you
now,
say.
the motion, the censure motion, the reason why I'm saying it will not see the light, it was not a legal award.
Okay.
Then, secondly, there are so many things that are very serious in that parliament than this service award. If Sekikubo is a very serious man to fight injustices moving around parliament, if Sekikubo cannot even be aware that these people were awarded until the parliament exhibition comes out and said, no, look, guys, this is what has been taking place. Himself, he was not aware.
There is time for everything.
So if Sekikubo sits in parliament, I think he sits even in that committee of budget, he was not aware until Ugandans who are serious in investigating how our country is being managed come out and said, oh, by the way, as you are sitting here, Bagoma has gotten something. Then Sekikubo cannot come and tell me that he has information in parliament. He has no information, he's doing cheap politics, he's wasting time for parliament. We have serious matters to be dealt with in parliament than following this thing.
Thank you.
For example, I would ask Honorable Stadium Sekikubo to get interested why the parliamentary building is not going on. You are at that parliament. These new chambers would have been completed.
No, there was an update from the speaker. I think towards the end of last year, she said the progress is slow for some reasons between the contractor
Which reason?
the house.
The money has been eaten. That is the only reason.
It is what you know.
The money has been eaten, but Sekikubo is not even bothered about the new chambers that we are supposed to come occupied. Me and Wanzala we are supposed to go and occupy the new chambers. But for them, they are following 1.7 billion. So I want to tell Ugandans that don't take these people serious. It is you for yourself, members of parliament for themselves, the president is for himself, everybody is for themselves.
Okay, thank you so much. Richard, you hear Honorable Felix Ongwech Adupa saying that this is cheap politics. This is, it was dead on arrival. And he says there are other serious matters that should be dealt with, not the 1.7 billion service awards. What do you think, and what do you also think about the progress of this censure process?
Like I've said previously, you can carry a pregnancy to term. You can carry a pregnancy for 9 months, but you still have a stillbirth.
Oh.
So for me, I think if by some magical, miracles happen, at least for us.
Not in Ugandan parliament.
So if by some miracle, this censure motion is carried to term, if by some miracle it gets the required signatures, it will still be a stillbirth.
Oh.
Yeah. But I really would be very amazed to see even that miracle happen.
Of only getting space on the order paper.
No, of getting signatures.
Oh.
Don't even go to other paper. Signatures is a very serious matter.
Getting signatures. You see, I do not.
Is it because it's so unpopular? People are not looking at as a move to fight corruption? Why would you think they will not sign?
I think there is nothing that motivates them to sign, except where they have individual personal differences, or where they have an eye looking like champions of corruption for the next constituency election. A short-term media, but also. And I've said, I said this before, I said, you see, the personality leading this has no claim to being a paragon of fighting corruption.
But why do you look at Honorable Sech Kuba alone when he has other colleagues like the Member of Parliament for Woman MP for Tororo, Honorable Sarah Opendi? He has other colleagues like Honorable Sewungu. There are 5 of them. Yeah,
but you see, every initiative has a face. The cadres, the transformational cadres, probably they are a number. I would be very interested in actually having an interface with the transformational cadres. But who do we know?
It is Felix Adupa.
On which?
On which?
Yeah, if you say resistance, what do you call it?
In resistance.
Resistance. It's my young brother.
Anderson.
So each initiative has a face. so that's the face.
It really matters.
And it does. That's the image. And so that's one. But 2, if we have been in a group where our practice is to go and pick mangoes from the neighbor's mango tree, that's what we do. As our practice is, and then you say, but the other one picked 3 mangoes. So already the beginning is that we do go pick mango. People signing for 100 million from Parliament and taking it without a record.
Actually receiving it in cash.
This has
himself. Apollo knows the thing goes.
Well, I don't want to pin Apollo on air because he's on air. He's a parliamentary press person, and people can be very harsh. Those parliamentarians can be vindictive, and the officers in Parliament, even my brothers who work there in the communication department, I get some. They are my friends, professional colleagues. I tell them, why do you go and become so vindictive? So when this Parliament ends and you come back to us, what will happen to you? So Apollo, I did not think, like I said previously, that this motion was going to make any headway, but it was going to do something. Okay. It was going to make headlines.
As he's making more than 150 signatures so far collected.
That should be in quotes, because I do not believe that those 150 exist.
So
that statement should
Apollo,
be in
you are
quotes.
also misleading the country. Yeah?
About what?
You cannot put in your bylines that more than 150 signatures
you
so
cannot
far.
be
That's what was reported.
That's what I'm saying.
By the lead petition.
Please put it in quotes and say dash Sech Kubo.
Kubo said.
You don't mislead the country.
Yeah, the producers will.
This is a very serious television. We cannot accept
the
this.
producers will handle that.
It is a common mistake to happen.
It is a comment from the petitioner. Here he says, the doctor said, raised the bar when he called it the State of Africa address. Okay. is commenting on the
Yes, I
state
remember
of
that.
the nation.
He says that President Museveni is an African statesman.
Okay.
You see, the president attacked us the way usually he characterizes us, that we are foreign agents, that I'm talking about CSOs. But you see, if you say you can't meddle in our affairs, what are we doing in Somalia, in Congo, in Sudan? We are also, it is
meddling in
realistic
other.
that there will be other people with interests in our own.
Good.
The fact that we go to the communities to help them does not make us foreign agents. But that characterization is aporo because we wake the populations up to their plight. So it must be attacked and corroded.
And that's why in his agenda, the Pan-Africanism does not, it features in one of, is for NRM's agenda. Because he thinks about Africa.
Yeah.
He cares about Africa. He thinks Africa should not be an option to foreign interest. He puts Africans' interests as a priority.
All right, let me read
So I think he's right.
let me read this message in its entirety. The doctor raised the bar when he called it the State of Africa address. And when the bar is that high, corruption, roads, medicine in hospitals becomes a thing for ministers. And indeed, for years, the president was discussing roads in Amorata, Nakauka, etc. But now we know the graders are moving the earth across. Corruption, we have whistleblowers, OK Act, and our laws. We are not blowing the whistle, and we are just part of the game. We give it on roadblocks as we wait for the president to strike. Where does corruption begin, and how do we participate? All of us as Ugandans. It is State of Africa. Give answers to the questions he raised about our products. Lastly, I love the cool-headedness of your people as a panel. Happy you ignored the march out of the march out of opposition, lack of ideas. Just he's talking about the boycott that we left it out, but we made a comment. I think Honorable Wirihe made a comment. Can you make a comment?
That there was a boycott.
That is
Claiming that this was going to be a ritual. Should we expect again and again?
See, I was telling you that what the people of Uganda need to do is to get their stones prepared.
And do what?
When you are going to Guru for a sitting of parliament, they first rain those people with stones.
Don't incite.
actually friends, Apollo, they were watching. You see, like nowadays, even Parliament has got virtual gadgets.
Yeah.
All their iPads is connected to plenary. So you can sit in your office and you attend the plenary.
You see, what was it? Fajiru Mande. He said that the MPs, you remember the MPs? He said that they were like the baboons, baboonary, like baboons on the road to, what is that warehouse you go to see at the road? I remember the controversy, I covered the story.
What?
And they said, no, I said baboonary. So we said babooner and baboonary. It's baboonary.
The message I read last was from the president, Charles James Senkuge. Thank you so much for watching the dialogue, and regards to you, Mr. Senior Programs Director at Salt Media. He's watching. Quickly, make a comment on, I think you made a hint on Parliament moving to Gulu and other four regions of this country.
Buffoonery.
What do you make of it?
I will not be far from what Richard has said. This is a country where we are saying we have to tighten our belts. The head of state has stated that let's tighten our belts previous in the last 2 years because we want to focus on priorities. We have committees of parliament composed of a few people that have been going to the field.
For oversight.
For oversight. Now, the facilities of parliament are in Kampala for all the 500 and something MPs. Parliament has gone ahead to pay bills to some televisions to cover their shows live. So for you taking the parliament, carrying all the MPs, all staff of parliament, plus the logistics involved, to begin going with them to Gulu Mbale, where, to me, it does not translate into proper serving of the people. That's why we are bringing parliament close to the people. People should feel parliament in respect to the laws that we make that are people-centered, people-centered budgets, that then we do oversight of parliament. Unfortunately, you raise the issue of the whistleblowers from our senior Senkubuge. The Whistleblowers Act is there. But what happened to Dr. Kagabo? When he said the man is not insane, he said, we have received a bribe of 40 million. He walked with the money. They told him, you return it to where it came
to police.
Instead, he was taken to police, he was taken to the IGG. Then a few days later, he said, you have been forgiven by the speaker and the judge. So I think I will not be party to some of these things, honestly. We fool Ugandans a lot. No?
Felix, here we have a claim that since it is a people-centered parliament, it should be also be going to the people, and it is going to Gulu, it will be going to Western Uganda, Eastern and Northern.
To me, I have no objection. Let them go, because our people of Gulu also will make some money.
I agree.
From they will start making money from.
Is it about people
from
making
Nakaso?
money?
But this money
Because there's
is too
no any
much.
other value.
They have a lot of money, so let them go and spend. They will start spending from Mijera, Giriandongo,
cassava.
buy
Hotels.
cassava, our meats,
Wines, beds,
yes,
hotel beds.
People are
So
going to their hotels.
The nightlife will see
The
some
hotel will have good. The BJs will have more stocks of beer. You know, you see, things will be nice. So let them go. What do we have to lose anyway?
But Dr. Wede talks about the timing and the urge to cut on our spending.
They don't have anything now to do. We are coming to the end of the parliament. It's only this year we are closing this business. People after this...
It's the last session of parliament.
Almost. So there is nothing serious now in parliament. You wait for 2025, 2026 financial year budget reading and so forth. You will not see them. The constituency is becoming hot day and night. So the people should look for some allowances to go and boost the constituency.
So that is what it's all about.
Honorable members, please, you go and enjoy yourself. If God grace us health, we shall come and join, eat some few pieces of cakes, and we call it a day. Let people of West Nile also see how members of parliament behave when they're in clubs. Let us also, people of Gulu, see how...
That's where they come from. They are brothers. They are going again to meet with their brothers and sisters.
Yeah, so it is a social parliament. Let people go and enjoy life. We want also to rub shoulders with MPs in Gulu. Please, don't let us, allow him to
What
go.
do you make of this move?
No. I think for me it's a failed PR project, because I think it's a PR project. It's a public relations project. Parliament has a bad image generally as an institution, so I think it's an attempt to improve the image. I think it's a bad one.
To salvage the little image
that is
left.
there. But like I said on another show, that there is something positive, because I told them, if I am hoping that when they come to the southwest they will live in Barara, because I'm trying to prepare my house there for Airbnb. So that I can get one or two to occupy it, and I also earn something. So I said yes. I mean, for that, I can imagine the nightlife in Gulu when you have 500 members of parliament. I think everyone, including, the people who stand by the roads, I think everyone will.
But even when it was in Kampala, while it is in Kampala...
Actually, the stock should be now pushed to...
While it is in Kampala, members do not attend. Usually, it is not even half capacity. It is lower than half its capacity. So, do you expect them to drive their vehicles?
Absolutely.
This one will be full.
First of all, it's an outing. We'll have outings. And then you earn a little extra. So the staff will come. I think then we shall have good attendance, actually. So maybe they will put it on Boma. In Boma.
It will be in Boma ground.
If you say people are going to interact with Parliament, I just want you to imagine the access to Boma when you have a show, when you have a live session of Parliament. So what is the access? So where will people mix? So the people have to first get out of the session and go then mix. But to say that the session will interact with the people, It's buffoonery, really.
We are trying to wind up. We only have 4 or 5 minutes, and I'm looking at comments. Most of them are appreciating the panel. Like Mugumi Alex say, thank you so much for the dialogue this morning. I liked the deliberations, the cool-headedness again, and of the panelists, yes, and we cannot. Okay, okay. We get it. Thank you so much, Mugume. We get it. He speaks about a particular individual, and it's not. It may not be good. Your final comment, Gerard, on this show. We have now another week before us with the budget week. Actually, we even have the Heroes Day. And the budget week tomorrow, and the budget reading of the budget on Thursday. Just connect it with what is coming in 2026.
First of all, about the budget, I've been following that budget since September when the budget cycle started last year. And now this is the climax because we already approved the budget. So for me, I know how it's going to look like. What only shocked me was the increase. At the time we were saying we are cost cutting, we are rationalizing, then it jumped to 72 trillion. I think Mr. Musingu's in URA has a target of 29 trillion to collect from us.
29.6.
Which I believe might be very, very hard for him. So I keep wondering where the balance will come from to fund the budget. That's the only question. But lastly, we are in 2024. We need electoral reforms. This country should not be focused on individuals. Even the individuals who are in power currently. I believe you would want to live a country where your grandchildren will stay at peace with each other. So please bring reforms that will be aimed at regulating over securitization of elections, addressing human rights in elections, civic education. This young population, we take it to elections without any civic education. What will be the outcome? We are planting a seed for future disaster.
Wow. Felix, please, your final comments on this show?
To me, I want to urge Ugandans, let us not lose hope. This is our country. We shall do what we can, and we are going to stay here no matter what. And God will see us through.
Okay.
It reaches times that God comes and intervenes.
Did you say that Transformers Card Association will even go to streets in civil disobedience?
In an event we fail diplomacy. We are still under diplomacy period, where we expect the reforms. The Minister for Justice, the other time, your good friend Mao called us, and we handed over the proposed amendments. Later, he told us, you are going to appear before Uganda Law Reforms Commission. We are still waiting when to appear before the Reforms Commission. Again, he changed, said, no, we are going to present them to Parliament, then the Committee on Legals and Parliamentary Affairs will interface with the different people who have proposed certain amendments. We are patiently waiting, but I want to put them on notice. By October this year, if nothing good comes our way, then we shall ask Ugandans to help us, and we push for these reforms.
Thank you.
Lastly,
finally,
I want to appreciate Salt Media for giving us this humble opportunity. If we have stepped on your toes on this show, it was not our interest.
No, you stepped on the toes of your bosses.
We want the best of this country. We are not fighting anybody. We are clear, content Ugandan. that feels that we need to talk when things are not doing well. You don't take us personal. That they were there making serious statements. Before we know, me, Bagoma, and Dr. Wanzala will become state guest. It is not that. We want the best of this country.
Richard, your final comment?
The budget. I think we have discussed, and I think that we are going to have trouble. All of us trying to cover the budget. We will fail to cover it as we have done in the previous years, both the local income targets and the budget itself. We will fail to achieve the targets. The other thing you talked about is the Heroes Day. Somebody sent me a concept, a proposal, verbal, and said, why don't we organize a Villains Day as well, as a counterpoint to the Heroes Day.
We also award them medals, like we are going to award
like
53.
they had the bitter contest and the agri contest. You remember? Yeah, Sebabi and what. So, but for God and our country, this country
suggestions.
is here. This country is here. We are here. Inshallah, God gives us life. We want the best out of it.
So are you going to spearhead that move?
No, I just
organize
I just got a proposal, and
the Villains
like I told, yes,
Day.
the Villains Awards, yes. It's something.
Thank you so much, our viewers. This is The Dialogue, and we come to the end of the show this morning. We hope to catch up again next week, next Saturday. My name is Prince Apala. I have to appreciate my panel, Dr. Richard Were Wanzala, Felix Ongwech Adupa, and
What is the other name?
and Richard Baguma.
Gerald.
Thank you so much, our viewers, the production team, and everyone there. We wish you a very good afternoon, a splendid weekend. God bless you, and God bless Uganda. Good afternoon.